Bentornati a tutti, siamo qui sempre con il nostro ospite Tony. Questa volta, diciamo, la seconda parte dell'intervista ruoterà maggiormente su alcuni hot topic che abbiamo individuato, in particolare su appunto il tema dello smart working e come questo si possa conciliare con il viaggio, quindi sia, diciamo, le opportunità che questo offre che le difficoltà che sono connesse a questo tipo di lavoro e in particolare poi anche, data la storia del nostro ospite, come sia il viaggio dal punto di vista familiare, o meglio, come l'avere dei figli possa cambiare le dinamiche del viaggio. Questi sono un po' i temi che toccheremo in questa seconda parte. Poi dimmi te, Federico, se ci sono altre cose che mi sono dimenticato, però...
No, è perfetto. Grazie Tony, thank you Tony for being here. We will finish the last part of the travel because we stopped the night before reach Lukla airport and come back to the capital, Kathmandu.
It was scary because there were not many flights available, and we were all afraid not to be able to come back to Kathmandu because they were going to close the airport and all the country because of the COVID. So we took the one of the last planes, and that was like the scariest airport ever.
Yeah.
It was like super short,
Absolutely.
and you were seeing how these planes were taking off. They were with so short land, and suddenly there was like a cliff, and there was like so small the planes, and yeah, it was a bit. It was cool actually.
And do you remember the lockdown night?
Well, I remember. Yeah, we went actually to eat pizza. Like we eat pizza with also an American guy, and we were like, okay, so happy that we did the trek. Like nothing is going on, everything was open, but suddenly it looks like a movie of the end of the world because they were closing all the shops. We were trying to buy water. We didn't know what to do. We went like in a mission to get food. We're buying water because imagine you're in Nepal, you cannot even drink tap water. So we were like, okay, the first thing we need is water. We need water. So Federico and me went to shops, and suddenly the militaries were arriving, closing the shops, and the owners of the shop were giving us the water. We were running. It was like nothing looks like normal there. We went to the hotels, and everyone was saying, yeah, all the hotels are closing. You have to get out. You cannot be here. It was like, where are we gonna be? There was no way to get out in the airport. The news were saying there are 3 respiratory machines for all the country, but there was no one who knows how it works. So we're okay. We get the coffee, we're fucked. so so yeah, at this point we were a bit scared. It was a feeling of, oh my god, we're fucked here. But it starting to become like something like an adventure, and it was so grateful that we were sharing this with Federico, and because we had so much fun. And at the end, we create a group of fantastic persons in a hotel that it was like a hotel that was closed, and it was our home. We're using the kitchen of the hotel. We're using everything. We create kind of like like the workers there. They were like kids, and we were like actually like saying to them what they have to do a bit because they were a bit under no control at all. They were like 2 kids, like teenagers, and for them this because they for them there was like also something super cool. They were living with us, and we were also with a bunch of French people, and I don't know other countries also, but yeah, I think there were many other countries around, and we were doing parties on the rooftop. We were
Yeah, the
doing
rooftop
gymnastics.
with the kitchen was
Very cool.
very cool. Yes,
Yeah, that
absolutely.
was like at the end it became from a tragedy, it became some nice experience, and I think we got the good part of it.
And we did the carbonara night.
This one and many others that we did. We were
Yeah.
cooking all together. It was like a family. We were like a family there. Do you remember ourselves like trying to look for food in the streets of Kathmandu, entering into small places? In one place they have tomatoes, and in one place they have onion. Where to get the milk? There was like
We did this carbonara with a lot of different ingredients, but it was almost good. We used the ham and the parmesan. It wasn't parmesan.
So it's not a carbonara, but
Well, it was good. It was
It was
good.
good.
It was
it was,
special.
We
It
was
was a
like in
special dish.
15 to eat it, so
yeah.
I remember how it finished the dinner. Well, the two guys get drunk. They found alcohol, and they drink it a lot. While they was coming back to their room, they threw up, and
I
they threw up
remember
on the
that.
stairs, and everybody say that they clean. Tomorrow morning it's
And they were the one
we
who
pass
were
our way.
ruling the place.
Yeah,
Imagine these
yeah.
were the people that were managing the hotel. You can imagine that was like a like our home. Like we were doing whatever we wanted. That was very cool actually. It was very nice.
Was working a lot in the hostel. We had 2 weeks of stop, and you was working very hard.
Yeah, like I was
Your
doing
fire was
my
very
normal
good.
routine. Yeah, because I didn't stop working. And for me, it was no difference. I was working like usual, and I was doing my schedule, like working in the morning, and then like everyone there was obviously not working, so they were just spending the time talking about the COVID. I was doing my job, and then I finished the job and I joined them. Uh, Basically, as I work remote, there was no difference and no excuses, so I have to continue working. So
Yeah.
if this goes to the always like I always been traveling and working, and one of the things of working remote is that you need to be very consistent. It's not easy to work in certain places or moments or atmospheres, but one of the key to be able to work like this and travel is that no matter where you are, no matter what's the place or what are you seeing, you always have to find the time to work. Because for me, to dedicate the time to work allows me to live this life. So if I will just go for the moment and not to work, that will cancel my future trips. So it doesn't matter if I'm in Philippines, if I'm in Thailand or in Nepal in a lockdown. I have to continue with my clients. I need to continue to work. That allows me to do it again and again. So that's the key of it. So I guess you need to be very self-disciplined in this. If not, you're not able to travel and work, I guess. Because
Oh,
this is one
in,
of the questions I get the most from the people. How can you work if we're in an amazing beach in Philippines? So that's the answer. That if I will not work, I will never be in these Philippines again.
it's
So yeah.
true because seems simple, as you say, but I think that you have very self-controlled in find the right balance between work and prep life. So it's
I guess is the only option. If you are not like this, it's difficult to combine. But yeah, that's I would say the key of it, and was very cool experience, Federico. Was nice.
Yeah. Also, the 2 weeks of stop have been singular. I had to finish the travel, the trip in other ways, in Chitwan and in Pokhara. But I will remember this experience for the rest of my life, and of course, you and Elena. Tony, I have a question. After this trip, I know your life changed because you had 2 children. How changed the way to travel with them? Did you continue traveling like you did in the past or not?
Okay, so well, first of all, like India, my first child is named because I met my wife in India. That's the reason I named her India. We named her India. And about the your question, if change the travel when you have kids, absolutely yes. Your life changed, everything changed, but doesn't mean that change for bad. Actually, in my case, I think it changed for good. And if we travel after the girl, yeah, of course, India's been I think it's now 10 or 11 countries in 1 year. She did like around 10, 11 countries. Yeah, we did like a big trip of 2 months, around 2, 3 months. We've been in Azerbaijan, in Abu Dhabi, in Dubai, Georgia, Armenia. I think she's been in Ireland too. Yeah, I don't remember all of the, but like she's been many countries. And what's the difference? The difference doesn't change that much, and I tell you why. Because in my case, because I also need to work, I had the lucky that my wife was helping the situation with the girl. So meanwhile I was working, she was with the girls, and then we were together to enjoy the city where we were or to do the activities. So we can combine good because at the end, I cannot be traveling 24 hours. I cannot be a traveler 24 hours. So it's kind of like the same for me. And it did change on the moment that for example, the second child was born, because obviously having two childs is challenging already. So we stop a bit, and we hold on for a moment. We're dying already to travel again, and actually we're planning the next trip that is going to be the 5 stan of Central Asia. You heard about this?
Wow,
So
wonderful.
yeah, we want to go to Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan, and that will be with the two girls. And we will be there for 1 month and a half. And same, like I will continue working from there, and we'll manage. And what it changed exactly. So as I say, you cannot be with the kids and following the same rhythm. You have to adapt a bit to their schedules. Obviously, you will not be until 4 in the morning in a party, but also it's not something I'm looking for right now. So in my case, I can adapt really good to this kind of traveling. So yes, the question is, it changed a lot since I had the kids, but it changed for good. For me, it changed for good because the experience of traveling with just with your wife, it's just complete now with traveling with your own kids, with showing the world, which is even more amazing. So yeah, I don't know if I answered your
Yes,
question, but yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, only one question. In your opinion, what are the most important considerations when planning to travel with a baby?
well, have your wife that helps you. I guess that's the biggest thing, because she's the one challenging with many things that I will not be able to do. So I think that the best consideration is that you have to realize that the timings are going to be different. You have to be slower traveling. You cannot give like a very fast traveling. You cannot move from here to here every day. You need to stay a bit more time in places if you can, and also obviously you have to prepare a little bit better what is gonna be the food to eat, etc. To plan it a bit in advance. Depends on which countries are you, because not always is like the best food if your child is very very small. But nothing in particular. To be honest, the kids adapt to everything. They don't complain. They complain. There's something that my wife always say is like they're gonna be hard at home, the same they're gonna be hard in another country. The same thing. So if you stay at home, not traveling anywhere because you think your kids are hard, they're gonna be the same hard in another country. It's the same thing. So just enjoy.
Don't have kids, so I'm
Yeah, you
I,
you
I,
will
I
understand.
shouldn't I shouldn't talk, but and I also during the trekking, people with little kids
Yeah.
that was taking them on the shoulder and
Mhm.
go on the trekking. Of course, I don't know if they reached the top of Kalapatar at 6,000 meters, but they did part of this trekking too.
Yeah,
That's
that's true. All during all these years that I've been traveling, I see many families traveling with kids in the more remote places that you can imagine. So nothing can stop you. It's just the people will say to you, "It's not possible. You shouldn't travel. You're with kids." But what else you can give to your kids than the experience to be somewhere in the world, showing other cultures? I think, I don't know. That's something particular for my case. I mean, each person is different, but also I hear a lot like, they're not gonna remember. But I'm not traveling for them to remember. I will remember myself, and they will see the picture in the future. They will come back if they want. But you know, I'm not gonna put all my life just for what the kids want to do. They have to see also what the style of life we have, and also my wife is the same. So that's also, I guess, the key of it.
have you made any other trekking?
Yeah, many, many. Actually, with a kid, I did in the Pyrenees, in the Spanish Pyrenees, French Pyrenees. I did treks in Iwes Tortes is called. It's a lake that is it's a 7-8 hours trek. It's not that it's not like 15 days, but 7-8 days. And that was we have like a special backpack that you can put the toddler inside, and she loves it. And here we go, almost 2 times a month, somewhere around, and we do a lot of treks with the kids. So yeah, it's possible. We do with them. And actually, my wife doesn't stop saying that she wants to come back to Nepal to do a trek with the kids. So I guess when they grow a bit, that they can already walk. That's something we'll do to the Annapurna base camp.
I'm thinking the
Want
same
to
thing,
try it.
Tony. I want
I
to
want to
finish
try this for
the
sure.
last part of the Nepal. We weren't unable to do it.
I have to come back for sure. I mean, to see the city again without all the lockdown and everything, that would be special to walk around the streets of Nepal again.
Okay, no many questions for me.
Okay.
Very nice to remember again the time there in Nepal.
I've been a pleasure to have you here.
Also for me, Tony, it was a pleasure to meet you and to know you.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Allora, grazie mille a tutti per aver seguito la prima puntata del nostro podcast, del Sicumoro. È stato un piacere, ci rivedremo ad anno nuovo con il jingle e
Il logo.
E il logo.
Con un sacco di cose nuove. Ciao ragazzi.
Thank you very much.
Ciao ragazzi. Ciao a tutti.